depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at a bunch of cool stuff that's going on over in Japan. Some promos and various things, and one of which we're going to start with, actually relevant over here as well. Let's take a look at a Pokemon Masters EX Lillie playmat. And here's what's weird, right? They already did this. Like a couple of years ago, they had a promotion whereby you could enter on Twitter and all of that, and you could win a very limited, very hard to get Lillie playmat using art from Pokemon Masters. It was frankly weird. Now, I've got the images saved from, I'm just trying to figure out exactly where we are time-wise here. August 2021. Yeah. That was like 3.5 years ago. Although, interestingly enough, that did actually exist as both a Japanese and an English playmat. There were various ways to go about doing so, but basically, this was take a screenshot of your favourite scene and tweet it at us, and you can get a chance to win this playmat. And it was very much Lillie Lunala themed. Well, that's kind of relevant nowadays because they're doing it again, and they're doing it again with Lillie. Now, what we've got here is another playmat featuring Lillie in Pokemon Masters, and actually does feature at least one of the images, kind of on the top right there, the same costume as what we had last time round, 3.5 years ago. 3.5 years ago. I said 4.5. 3.5 years ago. That's what we're going for. It's a little bit weird, but kind of amazing, and I kind of love it, and I am all in favor of it. It's a little bit weird and bizarre that they're doing this, but I kind of love that they're doing it. They're doing a bunch of other stuff as well. Like, for instance, they're putting this up, as in, like, images of this, over at the Pokemon Card Lounge in Shibuya. As a side note, if anybody gets a chance to go to the Pokemon Card Lounge in Shibuya, I went there in August when I was in Japan. Oh my word, it's a cool place to be. Just putting it out there. If you get a chance to go, you should definitely go because it's amazing. And obviously, if you get a chance to go during this promotion, then you can go and kind of join in and see all of the lovely designs, and that will be lovely. So yeah, this is cool. So how do you go about getting it? Well, they've made it a bit more difficult than last time, and it's also a little bit weird. Because you see, this has been announced in the West for us. And essentially, 250 winners will get a stylish Lillie's playmat. In Japan, it's 5,000. 5,000 in Japan, 250 over here. That's bizarre. I cannot be the only one that thinks that is bizarre. But that's where we are. Now, you can enter in the game, or what you can essentially do is show a screenshot of a winning screen, but featuring sync pairs from Journey Together. Or battle partners as it is over in Japan. Well, no, not really them. So basically what we've got here is a crossover. So we've got Ino with Kilowattrel, which of course is from battle partners. But then we've got Marnie's Liepard, which is from the Marnie deck. And Steven Skarmory, which is from the Stevens deck. So it's a little bit weird the way they're actually going about doing this. But the point is, they've got these collaborations, take a victory screen using 3 of these sync pairs, and then when you do that, you can enter the competition and go and do some winning. And that honestly sounds pretty good to me. Sounds like a bit of a pain, honestly. You can also just enter, there's a form, when you just log into the game, there's a way you can just, go and fill in a little form in-game and go and win one like that, which is an easier way to enter. But it is bizarre to me that we've got this weird situation where over in Japan they are giving away 5,000 of these, and in the West they're giving away 250. There is no parity going on. It's frankly a little bit weird. Very cool, very limited. Looks like it's actually going to be significantly harder to get hold of the English version of this because obviously, well, they're not giving away very many of them, to put it bluntly. So yeah, lots of cool stuff going on here. As it stands at the moment, the TCG crossover we're talking about here is just for the playmat and nothing else. Does anybody think we might be getting cards? I don't think we're getting cards. I would be happy if we got the cards. I think it would be amazing if we did get the cards. I honestly don't think we're getting the cards. I just think it's not happening. Well, I mean, we've already got cards, don't get me wrong. It's actually that the Masters promotion is based on the cards that we already have. So we kind of got the cards early and then Masters took them and played with them. But the point is, I don't think we're getting anything else in terms of extra cards coming along later. So sorry about that. Would love to be wrong about this, however. Obviously, if anything else happens, I will keep you posted. But remember, this is not just a promotion that's going on over in Japan. It is going on in the West as well. You have been warned. But there is more stuff we need to talk about here, more cool promotional stuff going on, because I told you the other day about an Ethan's Ho-Oh promo, and it is literally just Ethan's Ho-Oh, exactly the same as it is in the card game, normally buy from a pack, all of that, with the sole exception that it's got a new stamp. And I told you that this was one of 3 cards that was available from tournaments over in Japan. You go and play what is essentially a glorified pre-release. You get yourself a bunch of packs and you make a deck with those packs and then you go ahead and do some playing. And they've got a series of images over on the official website which kind of show quite nicely what it is we're doing. I kind of like it. Makes me happy. But the point is, I only showed you one of the potential prizes going on here. Which seems a little bit rude because I told you there were 3. I could only show you one. My prediction at the time was that this was essentially going to be something where they show us later. Where we find the other 2 promos later, probably because the cards that haven't actually been revealed yet. And that's exactly what happened. Turns out the 3 cards on offer are the aforementioned Ethan's Ho-Oh, but then we got a Cynthia's Garchomp and an Arben's Mabastiff. That's what we've got. All 3 of those are available with the stamp, and it is kind of the event stamp, the tournament stamp. Remember, there's also a deck box and a Nimona promo. They're entry goods. They're things you get for entering, and then the prize, which is either for winning or for winning a rock, paper, scissors, is one of those 3 EXs at random. Initially, it looks like Ho-Oh is actually going to be well good. It looks like Garchomp has the potential to be well good. And Mabastiff, I'm going to use the phrase intensely disappointing. I hope that doesn't sound mean. Essentially, if you're a Mabastiff fan, cross your fingers you get the Mabastiff. If you're not a big Mabastiff fan, hope you get one of the other 2. I would actually love to get the Cynthia's Garchomp here, because Cynthia's cool, Garchomp is cool, and that deck looks very fun and very playable. So this is something I've absolutely got my eye on. So yeah, those are the 3 that are available, and they're not new artwork, they're not mechanically unique or any of that. They're very kind of straightforward, but I don't really care. They're fun promos. I'm going to have a look at the price of these when they find their way out. If these are even remotely decent price, I will absolutely be picking them up. But as a side note here, some of you might have noticed there's no Misty here. Like, we know Misty is coming in Hot Air Arena. We know there's a Misty's Gyarados, which looks like a very fun deck. Misty hasn't had an EX revealed yet, and we're going to talk more about this later. But don't be assuming Misty's just going to get an EX here. She's not on the booster pack of Hot Air Arena, and essentially the free EXs, the trainers EXs are. She doesn't have a promo coming here, and again, the free trainers EXs are getting promos here. That seems to suggest to me we might not get a Misty. Sorry about that. But there is one more thing we can have a little bit of a look at here, one more thing to have a chat about, and that is I&O's Tadbulb. Now, this again, I think fits in the category of, it's not the most exciting promo ever, but Wassy really wants it. Essentially, I told you this before, you can see the dual stamp there. It is coming in the next issue of CoroCoro Ichiban, which actually just came out a few days ago. And it's coming with a Battle Partners themed deck box, which is very cool. Cardboard foldable deck box, don't get excited, it's not going to be terribly high quality. And then also at the same time, it is going to be in the next issue of Pokémon Fan, which is where I'm going to be picking it up. Pokémon Fan, as I've told you guys many times before, one of just the coolest magazines around. Now, it is worth remembering that this is, of course, exactly the same as the Ionos Tadbulb that came around in Battle Partners in Japan. It's going to be in Journey Together for us. Weirdly, it's not even alternate art, and this is strange, because generally speaking, when CoroCoro do these promos, they do mechanically unique. We've had this for several in a row now. Mechanically unique promos, which aren't available anywhere else, and they're not particularly good. That's not the point. The point is that you get a cool promo that can't be gained elsewhere, like the Zeb Striker or the Kangaskhan were a couple of recent ones. Again, note the dual stamp on there. Why have we got just a straight reprint of Ionos Tadbulb? Don't know. It's even got a promo numbering for what it's worth, but the fact that it is a promo and it's got promo numbering, there is a 100% chance I'm going to buy it. Honestly, I would buy Pokémon Fan. I do buy Pokémon Fan. Well, I would buy it if it didn't have a promo in. Nowadays, it actually seems to have a promo every issue. But I was buying it before it did. Point is, it's cool and I'm getting it. So there we go. We've got a cool Masters crossover, which seems like a lot of fun. We've got ourselves a look at the promos we've been waiting to see from the Hot Air Arena sealed battle. And a quick note here, a lot of people, and I've said it myself and I'm sorry, a lot of people use Google Translate and call it a shield battle. It's not a shield battle, it is a sealed battle, but if you use Google Translate, it sometimes tells you shield. It's not a shield battle, it is a sealed battle. Consider everybody corrected. There we go. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Are you excited about these promos? Do you play Pokemon Masters? Are you going to enter that sweepstakes? Let me know in the comment section. Get us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel at the lovely Dingus, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.